CM Punk returned to the WWE, but of course it's a controversial one. A lot of things happened. People walked out. We're going to talk about it. Don't forget I'm giving away this championship belt at 100,000 subscribers, so go ahead and click subscribe today. All right, guys. Yeah, CM Punk is back, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but something that we need to talk about, Triple H making big signings, big money. Money talks. Triple H understands this, and according to Dave Meltzer, he noted that WWE is offering big money to talent. There's a lot of movement in the WWE right now as far as they don't want anyone leaving. Meltzer also stated that there's a lot of people who are being offered very big money, that is besides just CM Punk, but other people who are being offered very big money, much more than they're making to stay. And obviously, this is a great thing when talent could get paid more money. It's always a good thing when you could go to WWE and get paid more money. And it's always a good thing for the wrestling industry when big money is being paid, because not only do people get to support their families and everything like that, but it allows for other free agents to have options, right? We just saw Will Ospreay sign a massive deal with AEW. We know that WWE is rich. We know AEW is rich. So the more money that could go around is obviously very good. It's good for the industry. It's good for the companies if they know how to budget correctly. And of course, it is really good for the fans because then you have options where maybe WWE doesn't satisfy your needs. Maybe somebody could leave WWE and go to AEW and get paid, and the same thing vice versa. Especially when you look at WWE trying to handle the debut of Jade Cargill properly. They bring in Lexis King, they bring in Cody, now they're bringing back Punk. Yeah, people are going to be paying attention to this. And the thing is, WWE, yes, they need to be proactive, and they need to go and sign outside talent. They need to bring in top stars, but they also need to create stars. And the thing is, once you create stars, you got to keep those stars. Big part of that is money. Some people are okay with not having the best creative. Some people are okay with getting paid to stay home. But ultimately, money talks. Don't ever forget that. Do not convince yourself that money doesn't talk, especially in business, because guess what? Businesses want to make more money. Businesses want to spend more money. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Businesses that are willing to make money are willing to spend money. So in the case of CM Punk, you obviously bring him in and you pay him a lot of money because we have seen how detrimental it was to AEW when they fired CM Punk. That's not an opinion. These are things that could easily be backed by facts. Look at ticket sales, look at merch sales, look at pay-per-view buys. Yeah, without Punk, there's a big hit. So now imagine you're WWE. You got Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes. The list goes on. You want to keep these people. You got to pay them more money, and that's the way to do it. And it's an interesting thing because you got to keep in mind, Endeavor, historically with UFC, was never really willing to pay big money for people. The UFC fighters get paid garbage, and they're not afraid to let people walk. We saw that with Francis Ngannou. So I thought this was a very interesting approach by WWE because obviously being under Endeavor's umbrella, I was thinking that maybe just perhaps they would kind of do the same thing. CM Punk returned. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about it. How did CM Punk come back? What's the whole process? What's the real reason he came back? Guys, it's pretty quite simple. TNA offered CM Punk an option. A lot of people saying that TNA can't afford CM Punk. From what I'm hearing, from what other people are hearing, it was a very, very, very flattering offer. It was a big money offer, and it was going to, it obviously would have changed the wrestling industry, and it probably would have changed the future for TNA. Secondly, CM Punk coming back to WWE. You got to fix the history. You got to fix the past, right? You got to move on. You got to grow up. You got to mature a little bit. You can call CM Punk a hypocrite if you'd like, but the real truth is CM Punk is doing what is best for CM Punk. CM Punk is doing what's best for his family. And in addition to that, WWE is doing what is best for business. And those three things are very important for all parties involved. Another reason why CM Punk would be coming back, right? This is another thing that you got to think about. The real reason why CM Punk is back is because CM Punk's legacy is on the line. Everything that happened with AEW led to a point where fans were starting to make personal judgments on this guy based off of reporting. And I'm sorry to tell you guys this. As somebody who talks about reports on this channel, I see the flaws in reporting. And it's not that people are they're doing this in such a evil way. It's just the way that the business works in the industry. You're going to get fed information, And a lot of people chose to pick, they picked the Elite's side over CM Punk. Then you had people picking sides for CM Punk over the Elite. That wasn't fair. Same thing with Jack Perry. When CM Punk got in that reported fight with Jack Perry, people were automatically saying CM Punk's the problem, but you're just judging somebody off of what somebody else has said. And look at how many people came out and reported that CM Punk is not having talks with WWE, right? You know that reports are flawed. We saw this happen with Cody Rhodes. We knew this was going to happen. That's why I'm not shocked that CM Punk is back. WWE is in the blurred lines era, and people are starting to forget this, but they want you to think that things aren't happening. They want you to really blur the lines and not, like, they don't want to have, wrestling is predictable. They're trying to help steer you away from the predictability aspect. They're keeping you on your toes. It's all about the long-term stuff. It's not a quick fix. It's not a quick, instant satisfaction type of thing. But that's what I'm loving about WWE right now. They're keeping me on my toes. CM Punk comes back to WWE. He cleans up his legacy. And then obviously we're not dumb. We know that CM Punk is a Hall of Fame caliber guy. We know that CM Punk will come back into WWE for several years. But in addition to that, we should fully expect, if everything goes well, CM Punk going into the Hall of Fame. No, he's not a hypocrite. 2, it's good business. And 3, at the end of the day, CM Punk is a big draw. Whether you like it or not, he's a big draw. Now he gets to end his career the right way. It should have been AEW, Tony Khan, backstage, the wrestlers, the talent, the EVP, any single person that had an issue with Punk and they couldn't figure it out tells me that they were willing to put their own egos over business. And I think that is a big problem. And it could be a big problem for other people in WWE. We just found out that Drew McIntyre had walked out of WWE after CM Punk showed up at Survivor Series. Now, what's interesting is you may have seen a video floating around of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins being filled with anger and reacting in very poor taste, swearing and flipping off CM Punk. Guys, that appears to be a work. The Seth Rollins situation, Seth Rollins is in character. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, it is clearly the direction that they're going to go for the World Heavyweight Championship at some point. CM Punk, Seth Rollins have a little bit of history. The good thing is, too, Seth Rollins is somebody who, and we've spoken about it on the channel, but he has in character done promos anytime he was asked about CM Punk. He's always said, keep him away from WWE. That's exactly what you would expect from WWE's Seth Rollins when CM Punk returns. Again, they're blurring the lines. They want you to think it's a work. On the other hand, Drew McIntyre was reportedly frustrated, put on a hoodie, and dipped from the arena. And it sounds like he could actually potentially legitimately be pissed off in the sense that CM Punk is back or whatever it may be. Dave Meltzer did note that he wasn't exactly sure what he was upset about, but it was a legitimate reaction and not storyline related. So it is obviously opposite of Seth Rollins. Some people believe it could be the CM Punk thing. Some people think it could be the creative thing. Some people think it could be a money thing. As we just talked about earlier, WWE is trying to offer more money. So at the end of the day, when I see something like this and I see exactly what is happening in terms of Drew McIntyre walking out, at the end of the day, this could also be WWE blurring the lines because that's what WWE wants. They want you to suspend reality. They want you to question everything. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if CM Punk coming back makes you that mad, I feel bad for a lot of people because at the end of the day, your number one goal, doesn't matter who you work for or what you do, get that bag. Get that bag. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Get that bag. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. Don't forget, I'm giving away this championship belt at 100,000 subscribers.